Welcome back everybody to my basement, and as you can see, today we're gonna add some new features to my power panel. So I have removed some stuff, so we have some room in here. So basically what's in a couple of next, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos, how much I make, I really don't know right now. I'm gonna be rebuilding and not rebuilding, but making some changes to my power panel over here. We have not too many mods, but modifications, but I'm planning to do like 3 or 4. Really don't know right now, but I have a couple of things here that I want to show you. So first of all, we have an solid state relay. That's 240 volts, 25 amps, and it takes 90 to 280 volts input. So it will be working great with our system because it's 230 volts, and will handle probably really well, because I have here a relay, and relays tend to go hot during the work, so don't wanna cook anything. So I'm gonna be installing a solid state relay, and it'll be a great addition to my system. Also, I have a new temperature controller. As you can see, it has 2 displays and 2 probes, 2 sensors. It's STC 3008. It has 2 outputs and 2 sensors, and it's also 230 volts and 220 volts. So it'll be replacing our STC, I don't know, 100 or 1000, whatever it is. And it's basically plug and play, because it's kind of the same. Only thing that I have to do is I have to connect these in series probably, or I might add a new wire here for the second output, so my PLC here can show me whether the SSR is getting hot or my output power supply relay is getting hot. So I have to think about it, and maybe I'm gonna do some changes to that. Really don't know right now. I'm not gonna be adding a heatsink to this one, because it's like couple of amps only, so it doesn't do much work, so it'll be just fine. So but in this video I'm gonna change the temp probe and temperature controller. So first of all, we have to open this bad boy up. Not terribly hard to do. It has like six screws over here, plastic screws, and it's really easy to open up. So I built the system around 2 years ago or something, when I actually moved into my new house here. I also have the old one. It's still sitting back there and doesn't do much work nowadays. So basically this isn't the backup, because I really don't use it, and most of the work is done by this one. It has worked about 40 hours, so it doesn't have too much time on it, but it has worked fine, and there's no big issues with it. So I'm gonna remove those plastic screws over here, and I actually don't know how I'm gonna be doing that, because I probably have to take this wire off or something. Yeah, I'm gonna take this one off, because I really don't need it, so that's unnecessary. So I'm gonna be popping the Ethernet cable out, because it's in the way. Like so. Now I have to disconnect cables from my temperature controller. It's right here, and the probe is on the input relay over here. So I have to fish it out or something. It's kind of stuck back here. So that's the probe. Model number is what it is. It doesn't have a model number. Made in China. Yeah, it actually doesn't have a model number on it. So I will be turning off the mains power, and I actually don't know which one it is from here, but if I turn this one off, it should be fine. So yeah, having a look in here, I have some garbage on the bottom. Not terrible bad. I guess that it'll be fine. So we have the neutral over here. So everything is great. I have things zip tied over here, so probably have to make these wires just a little bit longer so I can put this one down, but because we're gonna change the temp sensor and controller, it will be okay. So as I can see, this thing actually is it 12 volts? It's DC 12 volts, so I need to make some changes to my setup, reconfigure a couple of wires, and actually have to find the schematic for this, so it would be easier to find out which one of those is doing what, because right now I actually don't know, because there's a ton of wires back here, and here's a terminal block, so yeah, have to rewire some things. So yeah, first we have the 230. No, what do we have here? Oh yeah, this is the relay. So this is 230, 240 volts. So I will be taking this one off because I don't actually need it right now. It'll be fixed to the new one actually. So I'm gonna put these ones out. These are the output actually, and actually I'm gonna try to find my schematic upstairs, and I'm gonna think what I can do to make it a little bit better. So I need to find the 12 volt output. So I have a 12 volt thing here, and I actually need to do something else as well. Need to find some labels on those to make it a little more understandable. So yeah, and I will be changing this one to a new, that's probably the mains thing, I guess. Yeah, that's the mains. So that comes in here, and yeah, there's a lot of wires, so there's gonna be some changes done, but it's probably gonna happen in the next video. So first I'm gonna need to remove this one and this one, need to mark up some things, and we'll be back if I'm a little bit more closer to the end, maybe in the middle, when I'm gonna actually put this one in, and I'm gonna show you a couple of things, so it'll be fine, I guess. So we'll be back in a moment. So I'm back, and as you can see, I have already installed the STC 3008, but I have some problems. So first of all, this one needs a ground. So where can I get it? Probably the easiest way was to get it from here. Here's the indicator lamp, the power on switch actually, with the main power switch that controls the relay power over here. So actually I'm gonna take this crimp off, and I'm gonna find a piece of wire, and I'm gonna actually run it back here and up here, so I can get ground, not ground, the neutral wire. Actually it isn't ground, actually ground's actually a different thing. So trying to pull it off, trying not to mess everything up, so trying to find a way to get the wire off here, so I can put a new one on here. So I actually have a ton of crimps here, so that won't be a massive problem. Now I'm gonna need a piece of wire, and that shouldn't be a problem, but because I have stuff laying around everywhere, so, it may be it might be a problem. Probably not. This one is probably overkill, but that's the only one that I can find, so I'm gonna use it. Probably have to make this one a little bit longer if it closes properly. So take, yep, okay. So I'm gonna find a car type cable, something that is thinner, because it's just too thick for me. Probably doesn't need to have to be. So I'm gonna take my box of computer, no, not computer, car wires actually. Gonna find a suitable thing for that. Actually, I found one suitable cable right here, so I'm gonna chop it off from the light I have here, so it'll be fine. So got my wire here, so let's strip it. Need to loosen the strips a bit, so like that. And I'm gonna find a end terminal, probably a blue one, because it's a little bit thicker cable. I'm gonna twist those together a bit, and I'm gonna pop it right over here. That'll be fine, I guess, because I don't have proper crimps or a crimping tool, so I'm gonna use my little needle nose pliers, and I'm gonna squeeze it like so. That's fine, that's not gonna come off, so this one goes back here, and this one doesn't have to be too long, so I'm gonna actually cut it a little shorter. So gonna strip this one, and for this end I'm gonna actually put a bullet terminal on it. It looks like this little thing. So where's my cable? So I'm gonna put it right over here, and also use my pliers to crush it. I'm planning to buy some proper bullet connector, or whatever they are, casings or shells, or whatever they are, shell crushers, so it will be a little nicer crimps. So here I have a live wire, so this one's gonna go here, and actually I'm gonna probably have to, no, I don't have to, what I'm gonna do is I have a free terminal on my PLC here. Input 8 is this one, so I actually can make a little program modification, so if the SSR is getting too hot, then I'm gonna see it on the screen, it's gonna say SSR too hot or something, or output or power supply relay is getting too hot. Then it's gonna say which one is the problem. So actually you need to make more than one cable. So actually I'm gonna try to look and find a thing. So I have those terminals here and actually bought like hundreds of those. Have here some more. So actually what I'm gonna do is to make it nice and tidy. I'm gonna take this one, I'm gonna stick it in here. So, and then I'm gonna run a wire from here to here. That'll be my input 8. And then this one's gonna be wired from here down to this bunch of wires and right up here. And this one is input. I actually don't know which one is it right now because I don't find my schematic right now. So yeah, that's no problem. So I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna stick it into the input 1, and then I'm gonna make a connection here to the input 2. So I'm gonna make that, and then we're gonna come back and finish up the wiring over here. So I got the wires made. So as you can see, input 8, I8 has a wire now, and it goes down into this this one, this last one terminal block, and then a wire comes from that and goes into the input or relay 2 over here. So, and I also made a couple of wires. Actually it's just a 3-way wire, so it goes relay 2 and then the power, because it's live wire. So that's that one. So I'm gonna try to put it in right now. So relay input 1. That's great. So relay 2. And in. So screw it back in. And mains power input. So yeah, so the controller is now wired. All I have to do is to add a couple of those things called sensors, temp sensors. Sensors. So actually what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna actually put the sensors inside right now. I'm gonna leave them outside so I can test it. Obviously input 8 doesn't have anything programmed on it yet, and it has to be there has to be made a new program. I have to actually download the old one and make some modifications, but I'm gonna show it on the PC. Actually not today, but in a later date, after I have made the relay conversion also. And yeah, only relay conversion and the temp sensor conversions are only things that I'm gonna do actually. So it'll be a 3 video, I guess, not actually 4. So I'm gonna pop the plug out and I'm gonna run the wires through it like so. Obviously I'm gonna tidy it up when I'm finished with that, but it's gonna happen in a few videos or few days, I guess. And I'm gonna actually pop this one on as well. So squeeze the wires down and put this one on here like that. Hope nothing explodes, just check. So that's okay, that's ground, and those are the controller wires, so that's okay. Didn't have a screw on it, so, and I don't see actually a screw hole, so that's just like it is. And oh, and the PLC cable as well. So I'm gonna pop it back in here, and this one goes in here. Somehow need to find the correct position for it. Through the mains cables. Not the best idea, but don't have any other way to do it right now. So, yep, that's wired. I'm gonna tuck those back here. Pull those wires through. Hope I can somehow. Yeah, sure I can do it like this. Now I'm gonna put this one back on here. Hope that nothing gets too squished. Yep, I hope that'll be. Looks like okay. Nothing is touching actually. Nope. Actually, I cannot put this one on because it's taking too much room. That's why the last one didn't have it also. So pop it like that. Hope it fits. Not too squishy, I hope. Actually, gonna put a couple of nuts back on so it doesn't fall off on me right away. And one of those up ones, I guess. That'll be fine. Then we can test it out. Hope it doesn't explode. So let's try and test it out. So I have the sensors over here. And first of all, let's turn the power on. Okay, great, nothing exploded. So I can turn the switch on. Okay, that's great. And then the main power. Yep, everything is fine. So as you can see, oh, shut up. Now I can see there is a temperature alarm because it's 22.5 degrees. So I actually have to regulate it so you can see how fast actually it responds. So it goes hot very fast. So it went out, so I can actually reset it. So it has to be, it's set right now to cooling mode actually. So yeah, but what about the, which one is which? So this one is the first one and this one is the second one, and this one, there's no numbers go a lot faster, so when the temperature sensor gets hot, so that's okay. Hope everything works. Yep, looks like everything is working properly. So that's good, I guess. Have to check the output voltage over here. So here's the voltage, and it's okay, but I have to set up the this one to cooling or something. So actually there isn't a fucking manual for this one, so probably if I hold it like this. So this is I don't know what it is. So actually I didn't find any manuals for those ones, so okay, you have to do it like that. So the minimal value is actually turned off again, so yeah. I have to find the manual for this one because it didn't come with the manual, and it has to be set up so that if the relay is off, then everything is fine, and when it turns on, if it gets hot, then it turns on to cool it. So I can see both of them are actually on right now. So yeah, just have to set it up properly, and then it will be fine. So thank you for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. and see you in the next video when we're gonna add our little solid state relay and probably some other stuff. So stay tuned for a next episode of power panel conversion. So see you in the next time. Bye.